Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we thank you for attending tonight's XWF Wrestling. It's time now for the Hot Spot, hosted by the chairman, Jack Blaze, and he's accompanied tonight by Miss Riley. Let's give them a nice round of applause.
You guys are the man right there. First announcement, I don't like how match 2 ended in a draw. What's a draw? You know what? We know that Michael Blade advanced. I say we throw those other 2 guys, let's make it a triple threat, and let's crown a new international champion tonight. All right, my next thing here is I'm going to go ahead and I've had a month to decide this. As you all know, it has been, actually before I even make the announcement, if we could go ahead and watch this tribute video.
There's a lot of lies, misunderstanding, distortion about WCW and Eric Bischoff. Some of them have made me laugh. Others have just pissed me off.
WF and Blaze. A lot of controversy there. A lot of people thought I shouldn't have been chairman. But I am. You know, I took a lot of pleasure in firing guys myself, like Zero, who was a Zero, Snake Man, Devin Michaels, ripoff Jake Rumsky.
I have this reputation over the years as being the guy that fired everybody in WCW. The truth of the matter is, I should have fired more people. I loved firing the Honky Tonk Man. That was one I really got a kick out of. Still do. Is it true that you actually fired the governor? It was the best decision I've ever made. And Stone Cold Steve Austin? Yes, it's true. I fired him by sending him a FedEx letter, but there was a reason I did it that way. Big Van Vader. No, I didn't feel bad about that one at all. The truth about Jim Ross, why and how he left WCW, it's got nothing to do with the story that Jim Ross has been telling you for the last 10 years.
The truth about Tony Summers. What is the truth? Why is he gone from the XWF? I've got the real story.
My job was not to make people like me.
My job is to make you people hate me. And in my book, Tampons and Silly Putty, A Sticky Situation, the Jack Blaze story tells it all. Available in 2 weeks.
That's right. Tampons and Silly Putty. It's a Sticky Situation on newsstands in 2 weeks. It's the Jack Blaze story. Now on that story, as I see a lot of familiar faces that knew that I was looking for 2 guys to help represent me. You guys remember that? Now at SummerMania, we got a couple things going on. In this very ring, it will be yours truly, Jack Blaze versus Eric Bischoff. It is 150% confirmed. He is bringing along, are you ready? Could you hold this, sweetie? By the way, you are just gorgeous, gorgeous. He's bringing along, first of all, a guy that's had more knee surgeries than most guys have had matches, Kevin Nash. And speaking of falling down on the job, His partner has fell down on the jobs more times than anybody. I'm in rehab. My name's Scott. I'm Scott Hall. I'm Scott Hall. Yo! Bischoff, go ahead and bring Kevin Nash and Scott Hall in your corner. Because I found two guys. Two guys that you really pissed off. Two guys that they were together for a short time and they were such loose cannons, you made them go their separate ways. Even Vince McMahon couldn't handle these two. So ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to announce that in Jack Blaze's corner will be the mastodon, 400 pounds, the man they call Vader, and his tag team partner, almost 7 foot tall, they call him Psycho. He's Psycho Sid Bischoff. They are the masters of the Powerball. All right, I gotta calm down for this next one. I think I'm okay. Woo. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, it's now time for the Hot Spot. All right, and it's another induction. This is going to be inductee number 8. Ladies and gentlemen, I could be out here all night going over his accomplishments, but he's one of the greatest of all time, one of the greatest world heavyweight champions of all time. Please give it up for the man himself. He is the true living legend, Larry Zbyszko. Hey, that thing earlier, that was official. Okay. Got just a few questions for you, and then we're going to shoot these, and then I got a presentation. First question, I have to ask, when did your legendary career begin?
1973, right around Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, thank you.
And out of all of those years, I have to ask you, you've been in the ring, you've had, what, over how many matches?
Oh my God, thousands and thousands, probably, God, it has to be 6, 7, 8,000.
Out of all of those, if you could pick one guy, who would you say was the toughest man you ever stepped into this ring against?
Oh, Bruno Sammartino was the toughest of the guy. He was toughest.
Now the question, is there one individual that you never had the opportunity to wrestle and you wish you would have? Who would that have been?
You know what? There was two guys. Two guys who were afraid to get in the ring with me. They wanted me to wrestle one of them in WCW and another one of them in the AWA. And both guys were afraid to get in the ring with me. One was Hulk Hogan and one was Ric Flair. That's why it never happened. They didn't have the guts.
Unbelievable. Let's fast forward a little bit to the days of the Dangerous Alliance. I remember watching you and AA Arn Anderson. You guys captured the tag team titles at Clash of Champions against Bill Kazmaier and Rick Steiner. Tell me, what was it like running with the guys in the Dangerous Alliance?
Well, you know, I never liked the Dangerous Alliance. Arn Anderson and myself were a great team called the Enforcers, and they had a real potential for being great stuff. And unfortunately, the politics changed, and when Bill Watts came in, he put together this group with Paulie. I didn't like Paulie dangerously. He does. So it was a very temporary thing with, you know, stunning Steve Austin at the time, and beautiful Bobby and Rick Rude. But I never liked groups. I preferred singles, and Arn was a good tag team partner, but that's the reason I went into broadcasting, was because I was about done with what they were doing politically, which was all the groups and stuff. And to be associated with Paulie was a downer. So.
All right, good enough. The final question that I have been dying to ask you, this final question. You've been on record many a times to say you would never work for Vince Jr. So I have to ask, what is the real heat between you and Vince Jr.?
Are you going to love this answer? You're going to have to buy my book, which comes out April 3rd, and it'll tell you the whole story. No spoilers.
No spoilers. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Zbyszko does have a book. What's the title of that book?
The Adventures in Larryland.
Well, speaking of Larryland, before we give the plaque, if I can have my assistant to hand me my plaque. Thank you very much, sweetie. Before we do this, it would take us 20 years, Larry, to try to chronicle your whole career. So tonight, this is what we come up with. Ladies and gentlemen, again, to our screen here for a tribute to the one and only Larry Zbyszko. And I swear I don't know how those clips of you and Eric got in there, but man, in the back, would you give me some pointers when I have to face Eric Bischoff? Can you give me some pointers in the back on how to defeat him?
Oh, he's a wimp. Don't let him buy. He doesn't know jack squat.
Jack, I love how you plug that name. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to induct the living legend Larry Zbyszko as inductee number 8 into the XWF Hall of Fame. Larry, thank you for the memories. Thank you for your legendary career. And I don't think, once again, I can top this. You are truly top class, and your name says it all because you are the living legend.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you all.
It is music.
Get a shot.